It was a hot Philadelphia day on June 3, 1841, but it was the day that the world got to meet Wilton Parmenter. His dad was proud of his dashing young son. He was already making plans for him to become a military general, as had his father-in-law and his grandfather and great-grandfather. He was proud that he could trace his family back to the Revolutionary War and had known his great-grandfather. His mother Jenny was so proud of him and tended to coddle him. But, as time went on, it became apparent that Wilton was not the man that everyone had hoped he would be. He liked to dance, read books. He didn't like riding a horse and preferred riding in a carriage. So, at the ripe old age of 7, Wilton was enrolled in military school. The Parmenter name was well known at the school, and many of his family had attended and began their military career right out of school. But, Wilton's heart just wasn't in it. Oh, he tried. He wanted to make his father proud, but he was small for his age and very thin. He spent most of his time alone or being bullied by the other boys. He couldn't count how many potatoes he had peeled and latrines that he had cleaned. The military just wasn't for him. When he finally graduated, first in his class in studies and last in his class in everything else, he had made up his mind that he was not going to join the army right away, and his father had been furious. Because of that, his father barely spoke to Wilton for weeks. Wilton had met the woman to whom he had hoped to marry. Her name was Elizabeth, and the wedding plans were in the works. But this was not to be. Then came the Civil War, and Wilton received the Dear John letter. She was marrying another man. Wilton was young and expected to join the service. He joined the unit that his father and uncle commanded and took the humiliating rank of private. He did everything but saw little battle. He knew that his father was afraid that he would get hurt, because clumsy was an honest description of himself. He was ashamed to his father and family, and he didn't know what to do. Wilton was on his way to do laundry that early evening when he had gotten on his horse to go and get the general's laundry. He was allergic to horsehair and started sneezing. He was trying to control the horse when all of a sudden he heard the word charge yelled. Here, he found himself leading a charge without even a gun on him. All he had was his saber, and somehow, he managed to survive the battle. When he returned to the base, everyone was congratulating him. He had made his father so proud. He was given the Medal of Honor. As he stood there getting ready for the ceremony, he took a deep breath. Over and over he had tried to tell them the truth, but no one would listen. And then his father had gotten him a commission. He was now the rank of captain. This was not what he wanted at all, and he wrote his mother about it. Then while receiving the medal he got pricked and he got another medal. He knew that it was all over, his destiny was sealed. But, then he got his orders. He was being sent 2,000 miles from there to a fort called Fort Courage. As he read the information about the men at the fort, he took a deep gulp. He was being gotten rid of, and he was sure that his father and uncles just had had enough of him.